Dome Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of the NBA. So y'all check this out. Well, the NBA is going into All-Star break, which means I'm gonna probably take a break from the NBA because, the All-Star game, whatever with all that. I'll probably watch dunk competition or something like that, three-point competition. But the game itself, I kind of take a break. When you're a league passer and you watch a lot of games, then you could take that little break and do some other stuff, right? So, what's interesting to me is I'm waiting on Westbrook, right? We know Westbrook was traded from the Los Angeles Lakers to the Utah Jazz. Is he going to stay there or is he going to get bought out? Whatever. If I'm hearing, the Clippers, I'm hearing the Bulls, whatever. Bottom line is this: wherever Westbrook goes, I'll be a fan of them. Matter of fact, it got to the point to where, I'm a Lakers fan. Grew up in LA, everything. I'm a Laker, whatever. But I kind of, ain't wishing them the best right now. Of course, I wish they make the playoffs, but I, hope they barely make it, right? Stuff because they made all them trades and, gave Westbrook a lot of the fault. They just made it look like Westbrook, he was the scapegoat of what was going on in the issues there. And that's just not the case. Westbrook is much maligned, and we know it. And it's just ridiculous, right? And so wherever he goes, now let's get to the Westbrook malign part, right? We know he's not the best shooter in the world, right? We say, he's not. Got a jump shot. We know he makes that little bank shot from the side and whatever. But just because the game is went to just shooting, and that was on purpose, we're trying to say, well, he's not a great shooter. But I tell you what he did. Didn't he lead the league in scoring a time or two? Over 30? Yeah, right? That's what he did. Westbrook is also the best rebounding guard in the history of the game, right? In the history of the game. The only one you could talk with him is Oscar Robertson, who was about 6'5". Westbrook is 6'3". We forget it because he plays big. He's 6'3", right? The best rebounding guard, and the only argument you got is somebody from Bigfoot footage, way in black and white TVs, and Oscar Robertson. The best rebounding guard we ever had. That's what he is. Just that alone is worthy. He's averaged double-digit rebounds in at least 4 seasons, if not 5. From the guard position. Unprecedented. Why we don't celebrate that? Right? There's no guards that rebounds like that. Some people have jobs throughout the history of the game just rebounding. And Westbrook would be one of them at 6'3", right? He's also led the league in assists a time or two. We know he's double-digit assists at least 4 times, right? Or 5. Double-digit assists. Led the league in assists at least 2 or 3 times. So he's a good facilitator too, right? So you've led in scoring, you've led in assists, and you're the best rebounding guard in the history of the game. That's it. Whatever. He's supposed to fit in wherever, right? We try to act like we don't see stuff. And with the Lakers, I was a little bit took issue with it because it was directly after the season he was in Washington. And Washington, it was Russell Westbrook, a hurt Bradley Beal, and me, you, and a couple of dudes. Hate to, guys, I'm just making a point. I know, the Alex Lynn's of the world, the Robin Lopez's of the world, the Daniel Gaffords of the world, the Neto, who was there, Hachimura was in his rookie season. There was nothing there for him to win. But you know what? After he started learning where people wanted the ball, if it was Robin Lopez, to give it to him so he could make the hook shot. If it was Hachimura, who we know is a mid-range stalwart, and he was just a rookie, so Westbrook figured that out, and so he did a lot of pick and pop with him around the free throw line, figuring that out, having the people run, because we know he wasn't great shooters there either, and then he had them on a surge. So much so that in that season, towards the end of the season, they made the play-in, and people did not want to play that team. That's what happened in Washington. So we forget that a year later because he goes to the Lakers. Now, I'm just going to say this. A lot of it is because when you start spitting out what Westbrook has done for the game, these legendary things he's done for the game, it's like, hey, we don't want to say that. Because do you want to say Westbrook has like 198, let's just say 200 triple doubles, which for me is the most awesome thing you could do on a basketball court other than winning a championship, in my opinion. A triple-double. And we're not just talking about now games because everybody can shoot threes. He's done it 5, 6 years ago. 5 times in a row, and no one's ever done it except for Oscar Robertson. Imagine that. Average a triple-double. One time with 30 points. 30 points. 11 and 11, right? He has 200 of those. LeBron James has about 110 and has played 5 seasons more than him. And LeBron James, the reason why I mentioned him, because LeBron James is in the GOAT conversation, right? And he's in the most versatile player in the history of the game conversation, isn't he? So that guy, and he's 6'8", 260. That guy should have more triple-doubles than Russell Westbrook. Now, shouldn't he? He's played on teams where he should have triple-doubles. You know, he played with a lot of great players, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, you know, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Love, and the likes, right? But he's like 80 triple-doubles behind Russell Westbrook, 90 triple-doubles behind Russell Westbrook with 5 more seasons. And when that happens, people don't want to mention that. You see what I'm saying? Russell Westbrook, because I know, because I'm a league passer, and I was smart enough to know watching Westbrook is legendary. And it was awesome to watch him over the years get those triple-doubles. And I would go with him with all the games, because I don't miss Westbrook games, and watch him get the 25, 9, and 9, you know, the 32, 8, and 11. You know, I've seen a few games where he barely missed the triple-doubles. He could have at least 30 more. But, you know, it is what it is. That's what you do when you're averaging triple-doubles. People are going to act like other stats are more important, but they're not. Triple-doubles means that all facets of the game, I am exceptional. That's what that means, right? And some people, I remember back in the day, well, the rebounds, people are getting out the way for the rebounds and this and that. Not really. What it is Westbrook pushes the ball. So when he gets the rebound, you got to feel the lane because he's pushing, right? Especially when he was even younger. So that's why. And now that he's much maligned, I even follow him more, right? So I don't give a damn where he goes. If he goes to Chicago, they're going to start winning. Don't ignore it. If he stays in Utah, they're going to start winning. Don't ignore it. But where I really want him to go is to the Clippers, because I would like him to try to break the Clipper curse. Because, you know, I didn't miss the Clipper games when Blake Griffin was there. I'm going to be honest. When Blake Griffin hit the Clippers, I didn't miss a game. That was before Chris Paul came. So I was watching in that time when Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan and Chris Paul, you know, my boy Jamal Crawford and them boys. That was a team that I thought could have won the championship. They just didn't. But it was fun to watch them that time. You know, what did we call them when they was? I forgot the. It hit me. You know, because they was, you know, flying all over the place and dunking on people. Another fact, by the way, Blake Griffin was also somebody that I just really, it's sad to see when Blake Griffin goes to the hole now and dunks a little bit and barely dunks, that the whole bench gets up. Blake Griffin has some of the best dunking highlights in the history of the game because he was dunking on people. Ask Paul Gasol and Moskoff and them boy and Kendrick Perkins and them. They'll tell you. But at the end of the day, right, Russell Westbrook, when he plays, it's legendary. Right now, maybe not so much during the, you know, the twilight of his career, but when he goes to any team, especially if it's the Clippers, right, watch how they surge, right? And seeing as though Russell Westbrook is an Iron Man, he plays a lot of games and doesn't miss any, not much. If he goes to the Clippers, that'll be perfect because, you know, Kawhi Leonard, we want him in the playoffs. You want Paul George. They miss a lot of games. Westbrook could be there. And with the Lakers, when, you know, LeBron missed games and Anthony Davis, they were asking him to win when they weren't on the court. But when one of them was missing, and then they didn't have to win, right, if one of those are missing. But Westbrook was playing a lot of games without either one of them, Anthony Davis and LeBron James, and they still giving him like it's his fault. And he's there playing. So I didn't like his tenure in Los Angeles Lakers, and I thought it was totally unfair. So I'm waiting on Westbrook, and wherever he goes, I'm going to be a fan of that team, period. Doma Sports Talk Worldwide, and I'm out of here, y'all.